Okay, there we go. Hello and welcome. We had the mute button on, so now that we've got that taken care of, good morning and good afternoon to those of you from the East Coast. Good morning from the West Coast. This is day 3 of the Confidence Masterclass with me, your host, International Women's Empowerment Business Coach, Miss Vihil Vigil. I am founder and creator of the Empowerment Empire. We are designed and created to put forth empowering programs focused on the woman professional, the business owner, the entrepreneur. And for the last 2 days, we have been talking to you about leveling up your confidence, your ability to stand up for yourself, your ability to walk into an unfamiliar room and just own it like the boss woman that you are. And I'm super excited for day 3. Today is the last day that we'll be hosting the free confidence masterclass. And I hope that you have gained some really great insights and tidbits throughout the program. So I am really excited to get us going today. Yesterday, we had a little bit of tech difficulty. We'll see if we've got that all squared away today. Of course, as you know, we unplug, we restart, and let's see if it's going to work for us today. So let me see here. As we move forward in the program, I have a presentation that I'm going to be sharing with you, and I would love for you to comment, hello, you're catching me live, or if you are on replay, do a hashtag replay. Tell me who you are and where you are from and where you are joining us from, and then tell us about what your business is. Who are you? You are in our fantastic entrepreneur group here, Latina Entrepreneurs Jefas Unidas, for this particular live stream. And then, as you all know, we are building up the Empowerment Empire YouTube channel. So you'll be able to find the previous 2 conversations, not only in this group, but also on our YouTube channel, which I encourage you to share. Feel free during the presentation to take screenshots, and there will be prizes for the one who shares us the most to Instagram by tagging at Empowering Vihil on Instagram. And if you're tagging me on Facebook, either tag Vihil H. Vigil or my business page, International Women's Empowerment Business Coach, Miss Vihil Vigil, and I will make sure to add those in the group here. Okay, on Facebook. I hope everybody is doing great today. Now let's get started. So in this free masterclass, we have been having this opportunity to talk to everyone about what are some of the things that we are dealing with during this latter part of the year that we have the opportunity to participate in that could be a little daunting for some, that could be a little bit scary for some. We are around a lot more people during the latter part of the year in much more cozier environments. During the summer and the spring times, when we gather for mixers and business gatherings and parties, we oftentimes have an opportunity to be outside, and so we have more space. During the colder months, when we gather for holiday parties or we gather for business mixers, we're oftentimes in a much more enclosed space to keep us warmer. Depending on where you are at, I am in the mountain area here, and we are about to see some snow pretty soon. So our events will all certainly come indoors. And there's a different level of communication that happens when you are indoors. You are much closer to people. There's not things that you could just sort of walk away to if you're feeling uncomfortable in a conversation. So it's really the opportunity for you to stand up, stand in your boldness, stand in your confidence level, have those closer and those close encounter conversations, not only with business colleagues, with mentors, with business partners, but also with family, right? We're going into the holiday season and we'll be having a lot more family members around us. And for, some of us, that can be uncomfortable. For others, it's an awesome opportunity to see people you haven't seen in a really long time. But because so many of us have, communicated primarily via Zoom for the last number of years, we haven't really gathered a lot in person. This will be a new time where we are experiencing this closeness that we may not have, been experiencing the last couple of years. And so the vibe is going to be different. There are going to be different things that, we'll be experiencing, different emotions that we'll be experiencing, different conversations as we meet people inside. We're not sure if we're handshaking, if we're hugging, if we're cheek to cheek kissing. So sit with yourself and make those sorts of decisions before you go into a social setting on what you're comfortable with. And even if someone else is okay with hugging or cheek to cheek kissing or shaking hands, if you're not, it is okay to stand in your conviction and say, oh, I'm not really shaking hands, but it's really nice to meet you. Call that out. It is okay. You don't have to allow the awkwardness to take over. You can just address it head on. If someone comes in for a hug, it is okay to put up your hands and say, oh, thank you so much for the willingness to give me a hug, but I'm not really hugging right now. And that's okay to say. It may practice it. It may sound weird to you, it may sound odd to you, but practice these sorts of things so that when you are in a, in-person social setting and someone comes in for a hug or someone comes in for a cheek to cheek kiss, or even someone comes in for a handshake and you're not ready for that, it is okay to say, oh, thank you, but I'm not handshaking, or thank you, but I'm not hugging right now. But thank you. It is nice to meet you. Just address it head on. That really helps to take the weirdness out of all of it. So let's see if we are going to get to share our program today. Yesterday, we had a little bit of fun experience with that. So let's see how we do with day 3. Okay, so we have our presentation. Let's see if it will let us present. And if not, we could just roll with it like we did yesterday. So it looks like it's still not letting us. Maybe we had some setting changes happen. Let me check here. See what we look like in our group. Yep, and it looks like we went dark. So let's go ahead and see if we can hit the resume share. It doesn't want to do that. Let's see here. Let's try doing a new share. Oh, is this going to work? We're checking the live stream on Facebook. There we go. Thank goodness. Okay, well, there's a new thing. We have to do a new share and share the app to be able to share the screen while we're doing live, and that is totally okay. So I'm happy to be able to share the presentation with you today. So the Confidence Masterclass, hosted by yours truly, Miss Vihil, Vigil, International Women's Empowerment Business Coach. Let's get rolling on day 3. So as you know, we had our first 2 days, which you can now find on our YouTube channel, if also not in this group. And if you go to bit.ly/3SQYLW8, I will put that in the comments so you can just click there easily and get to our 2 previous presentations on YouTube. Please like and subscribe our channel as we are growing our YouTube account, and I'm super excited to be doing that. So confidence opens so many doors in life for professionals, business owners, and entrepreneurs. And in this free masterclass, it is my goal to be able to really talk about these things, how increased confidence levels can really open your door to your next opportunity, can open the door to your next collaboration, to giving you that confidence level to just reach out to someone that you are interested in working with and you are interested in collaborating with and having that conversation with. I teach oftentimes with my younger clients who may be going through college, haven't quite started their businesses, but they're really working on professional, personal development. We talk about informational interviews, that if you see a woman in your sphere that you would like to get to know more about, how do you just call them up or call up their offices and ask for informational interviews, how to prepare for such things, and how beneficial those things can truly be, not only to yourself personally, to your professional life, to your education, if you're going through education and you're looking for an education mentor, but also it's a really great way to find those connections, to find those new friends, those new business friends, those new surrounding yourself by phenomenal women who are going to be inspirational to you, who are going to perhaps help you figure out how to open your next set of doors. Confidence opens so many different doors for us on so many different levels. So for day one, we talked about, what do you think you could accomplish with more, or what could you accomplish more of with greater confidence? And we talked about attending events in person. We talked about perhaps you're interested in writing a book and you're not sure how to get started and you're not sure who to reach out to. If you have that confidence level to reach out to established authors, to reach out to book publishers, then you are forging the way for you to be able to move forward. We talked about what exactly is confidence, or a lack thereof. Oftentimes we come out the gate full of confidence, full of excitement, and something occurs in our lives which really brings us down, which starts to block our confidence level and what we need to do to build ourselves back up. Utilize resources such as coaches, empowerment coaches, business coaches, therapists, counselors, really supportive friends to help build ourselves back up. I know what that's like. I have been through that. It is not easy, but it can be done. If you've been following along, our Boss Latinas, the anthology, 31 authors came together and talked about that, about how they were able to continue to find success in their life through hardships, through immense hardships, those being born into and those that happened later in life, or as young adults. We talked about 3 things that I do to get through the feelings of low confidence, and it really surrounds preparation, being prepared for what you are setting yourself up for. Also, being open to being thrown off track. And what you will do in those situations. If you're giving a speech, for example, what do you do when someone asks you a question that you don't have an answer for? What is your go-to response? For me, it's, that is a great question. What is your name? And I write down their name and I say, I will get back to you because I would love to explore that topic with you more. And before I get back to them, I spend some time doing my research so I know where I stand on a particular topic, and I can share that experience with the person interested in speaking with me about it. If you have a crowd heckler, turn it into a joke. If you have some technical difficulties, turn it into a joke. It happens. Everything doesn't work out perfectly the way that we would like it to in so many occurrences and so many occasions. And so just find your way of rolling with it, of rolling with the punches and rolling with the glitches. Infuse your personality into it. Then we talked about 5 steps to help build and strengthen your confidence. 5 steps to eliminate your insecurities and elevate your confidence. A lot of information was put out yesterday on day 2. So be sure to go back and either in this Facebook group or on the YouTube channel, take a look at day 2, really watch through it. It's about a 45-minute presentation, lots of juicy morsels of information and encouraging moments within that presentation. So today, we did our review. We're going to talk a little bit more about next steps and more confidence tips. And then we're going to talk about the pitch competition and how we will be announcing the winners of this particular challenge, this particular confidence challenge. So if you are tagging us on Instagram, it's at Empowering Vihil. If you are sharing on Facebook, it's Miss Vihil, International Women's Empowerment Business Coach, or my personal page, Vihil H. Vigil. Take your screenshots and tag me, and the person who shares the most gets a prize, and the person who is most engaged. So answer those questions that I'm asking you, share with your comments, introduce yourself, tell us about your business. The only thing I don't ask is don't spam us with your groups. Give us some true, authentic participation, and I would love to see that as much as possible. And in doing this program, I want to invite as many women as possible to become more confident through the help of this free masterclass, because it is so very important that we know how to protect ourselves and advance ourselves in this life, which is why I ask you, take screenshots, share them onto your own Instagram, onto your own Facebook accounts, share to LinkedIn. You can find me at Miss Vihil. And let's get this confidence information out there, especially as we are coming into this winter season when we are spending time so much closer, physically closer to others, which is something that is new for us, again, since we have been, really quarantining ourselves on so many different occasions. So day 3, let's get right to the next steps and more confidence tips. All right, more confidence tips. Recognize what you are good at. We're all good at something, whether it's cooking or singing or doing puzzles or being a friend. And give yourself the praise for it. Give yourself the praise for the things that you are really good at. We talked yesterday about how with my one-to-one coaching clients, I always ask, write down 50 things that you can praise yourself for. What are 50 accomplishments that you can write down about yourself, from small to grandiose? And sometimes it's good to do 10 a day. Have one document or a couple of different pages, or create yourself a beautiful Canva document for it. My top 50 accomplishments for this year, and do it at least once a year. Write out from small to grandiose those things that you have accomplished for yourself. It's important that we recognize and that we celebrate our wins, whether they're small wins, medium-sized wins, or really great big ones. It's so important that we recognize those for ourselves. When you are celebrating and recognizing the smaller wins, it will keep you motivated to pursue those larger goals, to pursue those larger tasks and experiences. Build positive relationships by surrounding yourself with positive people. Debbie Downers can really bring you down, and we all go through it. We all go through experiences of low self-esteem, of sadness, of depression, of anxiety, of different emotions that make us not great to be around. So if you are in that space, if you are in that funk where you are not feeling great about yourself, how about not spreading that to your community? How about going directly to someone that you know can be of assistance to you? Your coach, your business mentor, your counselor, your therapist, a trusted advisor. I would say that is the best set, those are the best people for you to go to when you are in that space of not feeling so positive. And if you recognize that one of your besties are going through a hard time, even, very gently make that suggestion as well. Hey, I realize that you're going through some stuff. Have you considered talking to a coach, a counselor, a therapist? Me personally, you could even use me as your example. My empowerment coach says everyone should visit a counselor or a therapist on occasion. Everyone should always have a business coach or a professional development coach. Have you thought about that? Raise that question gently to your friend, to your colleague that you may recognize is going through a hard time and they're kind of spreading some negativity. Let's help that. Let's help nip that in the bud and provide resources where we can. If you find people in your environment are just not willing to do the work to change that around for themselves, maybe you should surround yourself with different people. It is okay to do that. It is okay to change your crew. If someone in your group is just, going in a direction in which that you don't feel is supportive, it is okay to call that out. Be gentle, be respectful in doing so, but it's okay to call that out. It's okay that we hold each other to certain levels that make us better people in general. So build positive relationships by surrounding yourself with positive people and be kind to yourself. Know that not everything is going to work out perfectly as you would expect it to. Not everything is going to be all roses, but sometimes it will be. Sometimes the occasion will be fantastic. And sometimes you just won't be feeling it. And be kind to yourself. Listen to your gut. Listen to that inner voice inside of you. If you need to not participate in something, it is okay to not. I shared my experience of, wanting to go to this Entrepreneur Week, rather large event, thousands of people. And I just, in my gut, I felt that it just wasn't right for me. So I participated virtually. I still was able to make some really great connections, but I wasn't putting myself in an environment where I wasn't feeling right. It wasn't feeling good for me. So I made that decision to say, no, I'm not going to attend in person. I stood by my convictions. I was assertive in making sure that I was doing the right thing for myself. Give yourself regular challenges. So yes, it is good to, make sure that we feel protected, make sure that we feel confident in our spaces and comfortable and safe in our spaces, but also give yourself regular challenges to stretch outside of those comfort zones. We talked about when you're setting goals, for example, there's going to be that bare minimum. How can you accomplish the goal at the very, very bare minimum? And then the middle is how can you fully accomplish the goal? And that's pretty much it. And then the stretch goal. The stretch goal is where you are knocking that goal out of the park and you're already making plans for your next step or for the next thing that you're going to be doing. Try to incorporate more stretch goals into your regular life. Plan for them at least twice a month. When you start knocking out twice a month, accomplishing your stretch goals, then add a third. And then eventually what you are doing is you are slowly teaching yourself to expand your comfort zone on a consistent basis. Set confidence goals. Just like we're setting our stretch goals for our business, for our professional development, perhaps for our education. We're setting a travel goal, for example. You all are going to come visit us when we do the Businesswomen of Diversity Power Luncheon in Sacramento on March 9th of 2023. Set your travel goal. Know that you need to book your flight. Southwest is having a great deal right now from anywhere in the United States to Sacramento. And book your flight there. And there's easy shuttles right into downtown where we will be having our quarterly power luncheon. So more information on that. But set confidence goals. Set goals for your business, for your personal self, for your traveling, for your experiences with your family, and set confidence goals for yourself. Expand your comfort zone on a regular basis. Not only will it be great for your own personality, for your own sense of confidence and comfortness, but it will also do wonders for your business because you will be meeting new people. You will be, giving your pitch, and you will be talking more about your company. The more active you are, the more excited you are about your offerings, your products, your services that you provide, the more successful you will be. So one of my personal experiences I like to share, setting small goals will help you to start achieving those larger confidence goals. Begin in your comfort zone and stretch to areas outside of your regular zone to keep you learning, to keep you experiencing new things and finding greater interest to keep you growing and moving forward in a positive direction. I know that oftentimes it's so hard for us to just get out of our personal space, but even if it's once a month, if you are in an area where we host Empower Hours, they're all over California. They're now here in Idaho. We have several women throughout the United States who are participating in building Empower Hours, where essentially it's an hour opportunity to gather in person with a small group of women business owners, professionals, and entrepreneurs who just want to share in some camaraderie of women who also are looking to grow professionally, looking to grow their businesses in various ways. So take an opportunity. First, start off with do it once a month for a couple of months, and then see if you can start doing it twice a month for a couple of months. And if you're like me and you have a young child or you have a child that's involved in things, we joined Girl Scouts just as much for my daughter as we did for me, because it allowed me to go with her to a new space, to experience new things. I mean, we've already gone horseback riding with a group of people we've never met before. We've celebrated Dia de los Muertos with a group of people who've never celebrated Dia de los Muertos. We were able to share something about our families and our traditions. And next, we're going to be going cross-country skiing with this group of people. And it's a great opportunity for us to expand our comfort zone, to build on the relationship with myself and my daughter, to build new relationships with another group of people, by joining an organization that you also feel you resonate with. We are advocating, we are definite advocates of Girl Scouts over here. So, if that's something that would interest you, then you could just look it up online, girlscouts.com, and you can find a local group in your area. And if you can't find a local group, then reach out to me and I can help you with that. But there's lots of different ways that you can connect with your community. If you're involved in church services, see if you can volunteer. If you are interested in your city council, see if there's something that you can volunteer to do that will allow you to expand your circle, to experience new things and find greater interests of yours. Maybe you realize that you don't like serving on a board of directors. Maybe you love serving on a board of directors. Maybe you love volunteering. I was just hit up this morning to join my local school's parent-teacher association. It's a great opportunity to get to know new people, to expand on your confidence level by expanding your comfort zone. So those are just some things to think about. Now, here is where I want you to share to Instagram and tag me at Empowering Vihil. Feel free to go back through the presentation, pause the presentation after the recording has stopped, share those screenshots, share the confidence that we hold so dear to ourselves, where it allows us to expand upon ourselves personally, professionally, to find new colleagues and new business besties, to really expand, our comfort zones, expand our goals, find things that we are interested in. When we are going into new situations, we talked about this on the first day and the second day of this Confidence Masterclass. Prepare yourself. What will you say if someone, wants to come in for a big hug and you're not ready for that? Oh, thank you for the hug, but I'm not really hugging right now, but it's really great to meet you. Practice your responses. If someone's going to ask you a question that you're not prepared to answer, then get their name, get their contact information, and work on your response so that it is authentically you, but you don't freeze up on the spot when you're put into or when you're asked a question that you're not quite sure of how you would want to answer it. It also gives you another opportunity to reconnect with that person. They have just essentially asked you to step out of your comfort zone. Take that opportunity to make it a learning environment or a learning situation and an opportunity to connect with another new person. So think about those things as we're going into this latter part of the year where we will be surrounded on a more closer proximity with others, whether it be in business, whether it be, family, friends we haven't seen in person for quite some time. Allow yourself that opportunity to be prepared so you could really enjoy it, so you can really understand and be able to allow others to understand your boundaries, how you expect to be treated. Always go with kindness. Give yourself the grace of kindness as well. So you, right? What would it mean to you to be able to consistently carry yourself in this life so confidently that it truly changed your life forever? What are some of the things, and please post this in the comments, what are some of the things that you would like to be more confident at doing? Would you like to be more confident at talking about your business? Would you like to be more confident at simply introducing yourself? Simply saying no, thank you to things that you're just not interested in? What would it mean to you to be able to consistently carry yourself with a greater level of confidence? And then you signed up for this course, or you're listening to this course because you're in our fantastic group. So are you ready to take the next step? Are you ready to really continue to dive in to yourself personally and professionally, to continue to grow as a professional, to grow as an entrepreneur and as a business development person? And I would like to share in more opportunities to do that. So next steps. I'd love to invite you to take a moment to take a look at our newly revamped website, Therapeutic Empowerment by the Empowerment Empire, on the web at www.womensempowermentcoach.us is where you will find me and all of my coaching programs, empowering voices by encouraging expression through health, wellness, and business coaching for women. That is my expertise. That is my jam. That is what I love to do. So if you are feeling that you haven't experienced working with a coach in a while, you're ready for a new program, or you just want to have a conversation with an experienced coach, then please feel free. Go to the website. Here on the screen, you can click to calendar your single coaching session. You can book a free 30-minute consultation, or you can full on book a 1-hour coaching session where we can really get to work. My specialty is reverse engineering your goals and reverse engineering your next steps. So if you are a mid-sized business owner and you are trying to grow to that next level, you're hitting your 5 to 10K marks, you're ready to hit your 15 to 20 to 30K marks, but you need to revisit your foundation. When you are about that level, when you are about to hit that 15 to 20 to 30K mark for your business, that's when you need to pause and make sure that your foundation is solid. Do you have all of your documents in place? Have you taken a look at your business plan lately? Have you taken a look at your marketing plan, your strategy plans? What do you have documented? If you do not have those things documented, you are not ready to grow to that next level, but you want to be. So that's where you make these appointments with me and we do a full business assessment to see where you are at. What do we need to do to get you to the next level? And we do the work. We get you to that next level. Therapeutic empowerment is women's empowerment, health, wellness, and business coaching, where I work with women ready and willing to put themselves first, because we so often put ourselves on the back burner. Women willing to work through past disappointments, traumas, setbacks, and willing to be done with always putting themselves last. The focus of therapeutic empowerment is to help women address specific barriers, emotionally heal, mentally energize, and embrace those inner strengths that you have, that you have, and you just need help bringing it back out. Coaching with me will help to improve on your professional development and help you build and grow a successful business. We achieve this by, of course, providing a judgment-free and empowering safe space, listening to your concerns, and we customize a success plan and coach you all the way through it. So if you're interested in that, I wanted to share the newly revamped website before we move on. So let's do a new share. stop the share on this one. And then I want to invite you to take a look at the new site. And hopefully our sharing goes well. Let's check the phone, making sure everything is going well. There we go. So here we have the new Women's Empowerment Coach.us website. We have our welcome. Here is where I showed you that photo. You click here to book your single coaching session. That's the full 1 hour. If you scroll down, oh, I think I passed it. Here it is. Click to improve your life now. This is your free consultation. Elite coaching programs. You know that you are ready for that next level. You know that you are ready to be empowered to create that next level of your professional life, your personal life. We do project management for life here. As you know, project management is my jam, and Empower You is my signature coaching program that is designed for the woman willing to really take charge of her life. Empower You is packed with my strategies, my lessons, and my healing approaches to empower women to live her best life, for you to live your best life. The one-to-one experience empowers you to improve your life, increase your accountability, improve your organizational skills, and of course, business coaching to change your future. That is what we're doing here, right? We are here to collaborate and to connect with one another because we are entrepreneurs, we are business owners, we are women wanting a great life. This is how we go about it. We plan for it, we execute it. We are doing the 555 sign up for the Empower You. So once you go to the website, Women's Empowerment Coach.us, you click on the sign up, you pay your first payment via PayPal. And then if you pay in full, then you get that $500 discount. So you only pay the $5,000 for the full program, or you can continue to pay monthly payments for the course of the coaching program. For many of my clients, this works out to be 6 months. For some clients, they like to spread it out, and we do a 12-month program. So depending on your availability, we will schedule 2 to 4 appointments per month during the Empower You program. We start with a 24-hour journey where we have an in-depth phone conversation, and we designate 24 hours for you to begin this new life, this new way of being. We have you first and foremost relax, find a great relaxing space. We refocus and we prepare you for your new life. Moving forward, we meet regularly via phone and via video conversations. We do a lot of Zoom calls. We do some in-person calls if we are in the same area. We definitely do lots of phone conversations as well. So 6 to 12 months, as I mentioned, the program is live, which is, I think, the most powerful program. So you are put into a group with other women who are experiencing and have previously experienced the Empower You coaching program. And in addition, we do the one-to-one calls every other week or every week, depending on if you're doing a 6-month or a 12-month program. We take you through an opportunity to really look at who you are, what you're doing with your life personally, professionally, and as an entrepreneur and as a business owner. We do a full business review to make sure that you are where you want to be so that you can grow to that next level, to where you ultimately see yourself being by the end of next year. Empower You is the premier empowerment coaching program with Women's Empowerment Coach. Yours truly, Miss Vihil Vigil, and I love the Empower You program. If you want more of a self-paced course, a self-paced program, then we have the Power of Increasing Your Efficiency. This is a phenomenal program. It's a 5-session course complete with workbooks that are 5 to 20 pages long, and videos that accompany every session. This is only $1,000. We had it originally priced at $3,500, but for the rest of this year, the power of increasing your efficiency is only $1,000. So this is a phenomenal program, self-paced, close coaching with me after every session that you have. So you do the session, you complete the workbook, you watch the video, then you get a 30-minute appointment with me. So 5 30-minute appointments plus 5 videos plus 5 workbooks. It's phenomenal. And then of course we have the Empower You Bootcamp. So again, for those of you who want to do a workbook session with a video session and a 30-minute call with me, you want to spend more of your own time doing it solo, then I have that for you. So 5 sessions to get it all together is the Empower You Bootcamp for Success. So you could click here, pay $555 for that phenomenal program, and then you can go ahead and get started. All of the programs have an opportunity, all the coaching programs have an opportunity to do payment plans. So there is that. For the Library of Empowerment, I'm super excited to be sharing this with you. This is 3 downloadable PDF programs, all under $100. I will have to make sure because they were over $100. And for the rest of this year, all of these programs are $100 each. So you get the daily planner and then 7 pillars of wellness and 50 questions for finding your passion in life program and workbook. They all come with really phenomenal workbooks. You know how I love my workbooks, and I'm really good at designing them. So these have really phenomenal workbooks for you that you can print out, put them in your coaching binder, and really experience some really phenomenal wellness, finding your passion, and getting organized, right? One of the keys to being confident is knowing where you're going and what you're doing next. And we do that by being organized, by having our planners, by utilizing our planners, by making sure that we know exactly what we're doing next. And then, of course, reading materials, 100 fantastic affirmations to inspire you, which 2 of you phenomenal women will be winning. Of course, the winner of our pitch challenge, and then, of course, the winner for the most engaged, as well, of course, as we have the other prize of $1,000 credit to all things by the Empowerment Empire. This does not include the printed books, but I do send a printed book to all of my coaching clients. And so if you join one of the coaching programs, Empower You, or the program, the Empower You Bootcamp, or of course, the Power of Increasing Your Efficiency, you always receive a copy of the 100 fantastic affirmations to inspire you, because everyone needs a daily dose of affirmations and a daily dose of inspiration. So I like to always share that. Not Without My Coffee, Seasonal Coffees and Exceptional Ideas is now in its 2nd version. So we like to call it a second cup, which is a really fun book. It is also a workbook. I like to say it's a 6-month coaching course in a book that is really focused on expanding your writing based on journal prompts. There's an opportunity to get involved with your local community. There are places to write in the book, organizations that you want to get involved in, and your experience getting involved with them. It literally is a 6-month coaching course in a book with the opportunity to reach out to your local community and get involved, to note down mentors, other coaches, colleagues. It's a really fantastic book. I have done several book signings for this throughout California. I'm looking forward to doing a book signing in Idaho for Not Without My Coffee, especially as we get into the cozy season, when many of us like to have more cozy drinks, cozy coffee drinks. And so there are recipes for seasonal coffees in the book as well. So that's super fun. And then, of course, our anthologies. So just since we're on the pages of the website, I want to continue showing this to you. So Empowered Women of Empower Hour, these phenomenal women are who you will be meeting when you attend Empower Hours. I had the great honor of being the editor of the book. Thank you to Stephanie Mears to getting that book started, and to all of the phenomenal women who shared their stories. And then, of course, Boss Latinas, the anthology, as you all know, is a phenomenal book with 31 amazing Boss Latina women sharing their stories, from where they began to where they see their futures going. Really phenomenal book. You can buy both of these books on Amazon. And then, of course, free downloads. You have a handful of free downloads that you can go ahead and grab. And then, of course, a little bit about me and my background, my experience. My little girl, when she was little, she's not so little anymore, but she's growing phenomenally. So let's get back to our presentation, and then I want to make sure that our live switches over as well. There we go. So I know we just have a few more minutes, and I want to wrap this up with winners and pitch competition. Okay, so we have just talked about therapeutic empowerment. Now let's talk pitch competition details. So for tomorrow, if you're interested in participating in the pitch competition live in our Facebook groups, what I want you to do is comment, "I'm in for the pitch," down below. I want you to talk about these particular things. So in your pitch, you're going to introduce yourself and your business, use storytelling to interest your audience, prepare a stunning design presentation that is on brand. If you don't know what on brand means, it is you preparing a phenomenal presentation with your design, with your color scheme, with your vibes, all things your organization. So prepare a stunning design presentation using 5 to 10 slides. Respect your time frame. You will have 3 minutes. Rehearse and be prepared. I shared this several times that in preparation for programs, do a Zoom presentation that you record and that you play back for yourself. This gives you the chance to see how you present, how you go through your presentation. It allows you to time yourself so that you can get within that 3 minutes. This is a super quick business pitch. So it's something that you can rehearse over and over so that you can be able to deliver it in real life at these events that you're going to be, presented an opportunity to attend as the, closing of the year comes, and we're all invited to business gatherings and mixers and holiday parties. And when someone asks you, "So what do you do?" Boom, you've got it. So rehearse and be prepared. And on a memorable note, make us excited to get to know you. Make us excited to want to learn more about your information. Really bring your personality, bring your authentic awesomeness, and share with us, who you are and who your company serves and what your products or what your services are all about. And of course, provide your contact information. Let us know how to get a hold of you. I like to sprinkle throughout my presentations. You can tag me on Instagram at Empowering Vihil. You can find me on Facebook using my full name, Vihil H. Vigil, or International Women's Empowerment Business Coach, Vihil H. Vigil. It is, you can visit me online on the website at women'sempowermentcoach.us. And for all things Magistra, you can find me on magistra.us, magistra.us. So provide your contact information at the end of your presentation. So if you're interested in the pitch competition, we'll be reaching out to everyone later on this afternoon to make sure that you are in, make sure that you know what you need to do. So comment, "I'm in for the pitch," to be included in the pitch competition, which will be tomorrow, 10 a.m. Pacific, 1:00 p.m. Eastern time. It will be live in our group, and based on all of the viewers, we will determine our winner. So the prize winners for the person who provides the most Instagram tags, and we'll be announcing all of the winners tomorrow. So we're going to start the pitch competition by announcing actually the Instagram tag winner and the winner for the most engaged attendees. So you have until midnight tonight to go through the presentation and add your comments, add your questions, introduce yourself, add your business information. And the more times that you comment, you get a little tally on our list under your name so that we can to see who is the most engaged attendee. And then of course, who's the winner for tagging us on Instagram the most as well. And the winners receive a copy of 100 Fantastic Affirmations to Inspire You, a $1,000 credit for Therapeutic Empowerment by the Empowerment Empire program, and the pitch competition winner receives a free ticket to the quarterly Business Women of Diversity Power Luncheon of their choice in 2023. The March Power Luncheon is going to be held March 9th in Sacramento. Then we are looking at Boston or New York area. We are looking at Florida area as well. So we have a couple of other locations coming up for our quarterly Power Luncheon. So if you are also in this group and you would love to see a Power Luncheon in your area, then I want you to comment Power Luncheon and then your area. If you're in Atlanta, Power Luncheon, Atlanta. Power Luncheon, New York. Power Luncheon, New Jersey. Tell me where you are and tell me where you want to see Power Luncheons, and we will look at getting them into your area. So that is today's Confidence Masterclass, along with so much information, which is why we post these presentations on our new YouTube channel. So what I'm going to do is this. I'm going to go all the way to the beginning of our presentation so that you can screenshot day 3 of the Confidence Masterclass and share it to Instagram at Empowering Vihil. Share it onto Facebook by tagging me, Vihil H. Vigil, or International Women's Empowerment Business Coach, Miss Vihil H. Vigil, and you get awarded prizes for all the times that you share, for all the times that you are being engaging. It's so very important that we really build each other up during these latter these latter months of 2022. We are on countdown to 2023. It's very exciting. And I'm so thankful and grateful for all of you phenomenal women here who continuously support the programming by Empowerment Empire, who really continue to support and share in our entrepreneur groups and continue to stay engaged. Because the more that you stay engaged, the more that you put yourself out there, the more success you will see, the greater connections you will make, and the more that you will build your confidence levels. So with that, I want to thank everybody for participating in this 3-day Confidence Masterclass with yours truly, Miss Vihil Vigil, Women's Empowerment Business Coach. And I am so grateful that you all have been joining me for the last 3 days. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow, 10 a.m. Pacific, when we will announce the 2 winners of the Instagram challenge and of the most engaged participant right before we do our pitch competition. So remember, if you're in for the pitch and you would like to participate in the 3-minute pitch competition to win all the prizes, then please comment, I'm in for the pitch, and I'm contacting everyone later this afternoon so that we can get you on the list. Have a fantastic rest of your day. It is Thankful Thursday, and I am so thankful to have all of you joining me for this fantastic Confidence Masterclass.